Marvin Heemeyer was born on October 28, 1951, in South Dakota. A friend of Heemeyer's described him as a likable person. Heemeyer's brother Ken also stated that his brother would bend over backwards for anyone. After serving in the United States Air Force, Marvin Heemeyer relocated to Granby, Colorado, with dreams of creating a chain of muffler repair stores. In 1992, Heemeyer purchased 2 acres of land from the Resolution Trust Corporation, the federal agency organized to handle the assets of failed savings and loan associations, for $42,000 to build the muffler shop. Heemeyer subsequently agreed to sell the land to Cody Doshef to build a concrete batch plant, Mountain Park Concrete, for $250,000. According to Susan Doshef, Heemeyer changed his mind and increased the price to $375,000. Then again increased it once more to $1 million. At that point, it was said that the concrete plant opted to simply pursue its zoning rights and stop trying to deal with Heemeyer. This negotiation happened before the rezoning proposal was heard by the town council. The rezoning proposal that would lead Marvin Heemeyer down a dark path. In 2001, Granby's Zoning Commission and trustees approved the construction of the concrete plant. This plan would also cut off Heemeyer from the cut-through he frequently used to get home from his welding shop. Heemeyer unsuccessfully appealed the decision, claiming the construction blocked access to his shop. He was subsequently fined $2,500 for not having a septic tank on the property of his muffler shop. Heemeyer furiously petitioned the town to reconsider and appeal the zoning decision that would allow the concrete plant to be built, but they did not concede. Heemeyer had purchased a Komatsu D355A bulldozer with the intention of clearing a path to connect his store to the main road, but city council members rejected his proposal. Over the next 2 years, Marvin Heemeyer fortified the Komatsu bulldozer, armoring its outside with thick concrete that was sandwiched between half-inch thick steel plates. The bulldozer's cockpit was fully enclosed, and he wired a network of cameras so that he could see outside of the bulldozer via a pair of old television sets set up on the dashboard. He also mounted powerful fans to blow away dust and smoke from the air slits and gun portals, and kept a stock of beverages in a cooler. On the afternoon of June 4, 2004, Heemeyer put his years-long plan into place, and the small sleepy town of Granby would never be the same. He drove his armored bulldozer through the wall of his former business, the concrete plant, the town hall, the office of the local newspaper that editorialized against him, and a home of the former mayor, as well as a hardware store. Granby emergency dispatchers used the reverse 911 emergency system to notify many residents and property owners of the rampage going on in the town. The scene became national news. CBS Channel 4 News would show video from the destruction from a news helicopter. The footage has become famous online, on YouTube, Netflix. It shows Heemeyer's path of destruction across the small town of Granby, and at one point, Heemeyer tries to shoot out a large propane tank. As Heemeyer moved through the town, the Killdozer started to demolish the hardware store, but the weight of the bulldozer proved to be too heavy, and it ended up making the large machine crash into the store's basement, and Heemeyer had nowhere else to go. The Killdozer was eventually surrounded, and a SWAT team fired bullet after bullet at the hull of the beast, only to see the shots ricochet off pitifully while Heemeyer, armed with a rifle, returned fire. After a 10-minute standoff, the Killdozer went silent. Police used a series of explosive charges to pierce the Killdozer's armor, but that barely put a dent in the dozer's armor. It took until 6 o'clock the next morning for workers to make an opening. Inside, they found Heemeyer's lifeless body. He was dead from a self-inflicted single gunshot wound to the head. Incredibly, no one else was injured in the rampage. The attack lasted 2 hours and 7 minutes, damaging 13 buildings total. It knocked out natural gas service to the town hall and concrete plant, damaged the truck, and destroyed part of the utility service center. The damage was estimated at $7 million. Defenders of Heemeyer contended that he made a point of not hurting anybody during the bulldozer rampage. Ian Doherty, a bakery owner, said of Heemeyer that he went out of his way not to harm anyone. The sheriff's department argued that the fact that no one was injured was not due to good intent on Heemeyer's part, but more due to good luck. Heemeyer had installed 2 rifles and firing ports on the inside of the bulldozer and fired 15 bullets from his rifle at power transformers and propane tanks. Some say that his intent was to blow up the town. Many also say that his own greed led to his downfall. His constant increases on the price of his acres of land would eventually lead to the involvement of the Granby Zoning Commission and trustees. Considering Heemeyer originally paid $42,000 for the 2 acres of land and went from asking the original agreed upon price of $250,000 and upping it to an astonishing $1 million at the end, this all could have been totally avoided. So what do you think? Was Heemeyer a madman, or was he a victim?